Surviving high school can be really difficult for girls. That's true. A father of two girls hopes he can help. Richard, it's Dudum?
Yes.
Richard Dudum is here to tell us about his book, What Your Mother Never Told You. First off the bat, I gotta say, What Your Mother Never Told You, and it's written by a man.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, you know, I've got two daughters and two sons, and I've spent a lot of time listening to teenagers, both boys and girls, and I'm familiar with the issues, and so I wrote a book to help them answer the questions that they need answers to.
So what does mom not tell you? Or what did my mom not tell me?
You know, our teenagers are in a very interesting situation where they're confronted by mixed messages, competing expectations. They need to know how to handle themselves with the internet, the media, reality TV, music videos. It can be very confusing for them. So the book addresses in a very frank and candid manner all of the issues that they face: sex, alcohol, drugs, in language that they can use and understand.
It gets pretty graphic. Actually, I can't say some of it on the air. You talk about a lot of things that, let's just start by saying this. You talk a lot about sex in here. Do you talk to your daughters about this? And if so, how old are they?
You know, my oldest daughter is 22. My youngest is 15. They're in college and high school. They're very familiar with these issues. Their friends are familiar with these issues. All of our teens are familiar with these issues. It's not related, this book is not about my kids, it's about all of our kids. It's about the issues that they're dealing with and the society that they're in. And so my daughters are very proud that I've written the book. They want these tools and strategies to be in the hands of their friends so that they can better protect themselves.
Okay, let's talk about this section. I like it. It's titled Manipulative Boys. Right. And there are two sections. You're special, that's BS it says. And the other section, you don't owe him jack. Right. Explain those two.
Well, you know, I want the girls to always be respectful and to always be courteous and say thank you to boys, but I don't want them to reciprocate. I don't want them to think that they owe anybody in return. It's not necessary. Other than common courtesy and respect, you don't really owe anybody anything. And I want them to be aware that not all boys mean what they say, even though, you know, most of them do. But they need to anticipate and avoid people, places, and situations that could put them in harm's way.
My dad always said, all you have is your reputation.
That's correct. In the first chapter, it asks the girls, how will you be remembered? I want the girls to think about who they are, who they want to be. I want them to define themselves and to make informed decisions so that they accurately reflect and portray who they are.
There's a very well-known book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People that tells you about business plans and how you always have to focus on your end goal, right? Is that kind of the focus of your book? You kind of look outward and know what the consequences are going to be of your actions?
Absolutely. The book is filled with tools and strategies and very practical advice, and I use language that's controversial because it's language that the teens understand. And that's why they're reading the book. And when they read this book and get this information, they're better prepared. And we as parents are in a better position to help them anticipate and avoid and protect themselves.
All right. What Your Mother Never Told You, a survival guide for teenage girls. A good book. Very interesting. You hit a lot of topics. And a lot of topics that parents don't want to discuss with their teens or they feel uncomfortable. It's in the book here.
That's What Your Mother Never Told You.
All right. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Coming up, your mom might have told you about this. The South Beach Wine and Food Festival is this weekend. We're having South Florida chefs in all week to celebrate. You might want to stick around. They're making delicious food. Cindy Hudson is live in our studio this morning cooking up some tuna tartare. Well, you don't really cook that, do you? We're just going to mix it up here. A preview of the festival coming up. You're watching CBS 4 News on My 33.